If you visit the museum, you know that the story of the Army in the North Country starts during the War of 1812, although this monument starts 80 years ago, with the 10th Mountain Division being a new concept for the Army. The division was an elite unit made up of world-class climbers, skiers, and outdoorsmen. Born in the mountains of Colorado at a place called Camp Hale, the men of the 10th Mountain Division learned to climb mountains, climb, ski, and live in the cold. The new unit was so light they didn't even have trucks, instead relying on mules. The division's baptism of fire was in a mountain in Italy named Mount Belvedere, overlooked by River Ridge. The mountaintop had been attacked 3 times by the Allied forces. 3 times the attacking units were repelled. The 10th Mountain Division was given the task of seizing and holding Mount Belvedere. The 10th Mountain Division, being mountain climbers, realized that the key to the mountaintop was River Ridge, where German observers watched the Belvedere in the valley below. The Germans considered River Ridge impossible to climb. The 10th Mountain Division seized it at night. The following night, Mount Belvedere was seized. The division then went on to fight its way down the spine of Italy. As one soldier put it was just one damn mountaintop after another. The division would fight on nonstop until the end of the war in Italy. After the war, no longer was such an elite unit needed. The 10th Mountain Division was inactivated. 40 years ago, the 10th Mountain Division was reactivated here at Fort Drum and marked the beginning of a new type of unit for the Army. The division would wear the mountain tab to honor the World War II soldiers. However, the division would be a light infantry division. The concept being light enough to move the division to the fight long before other heavier units could arrive, and light enough to outmaneuver the enemy on the battlefield in a variety of terrains. The division would not climb and fight. The division would climb and fight as the World War II predecessors. They did so only replacing the mules with helicopters. As the soldiers settled in the North Country, they had to build a brand new army post. No longer were the World War II wood barracks an appropriate housing for a modern unit and their families. Even prior to the division being a full-scale deployment, individual units deployed to Operation Desert Storm and members of the Multi-Force and observers in Europe, in Egypt. By 1992, the division was ready for its first mission, disaster relief for the people in South Florida during Hurricane Andrew. Then soon humanitarian and then combat missions in Somalia, followed by more humanitarian peacekeeping missions in Haiti, then a series of rotations to Bosnia and Kosovo. It is during this time that the 10th Mountain Division became the most deployed unit in the United States Army. After the attacks of September 11th, the division was thrust into a new type of combat, a type of the light infantry would excel at. The mountains of Afghanistan were the first place the 10th Mountain Division fought back. The 10th Mountain Division was the first conventional forces to fight in Afghanistan, and units of the division, both the division headquarters and brigades, deployed 26 times in Operations Enduring Freedom and another 10 times in Operation Freedom Sentinel. With the war in Iraq, the division would deploy 9 times in support of Iraqi freedom, and even after the war in Iraq, the division would fight another 7 times in the region of Kuwait, Iraq, and Syria as part of Inherent Resolve. From 1985 to today, the 1st Brigade, returning from its latest deployment as part of Inherent Resolve, each deployment the division deploys to the North Country. The division shares a hospital, communities, schools, parks, and housing. Fort Drum is not a community unto itself. Instead, it's part of the local community. This monument is an example of that connection. Climb to glory.